This here is Boom Studios' Mighty Morphin comic issue number 2. This issue begins on Eltar over 10,000 years ago. Zofram of Eltar is speaking to several floating heads. I always thought Zordon was just a floating head because Rita trapped him in a time warp, but it seems that being a floating head comes naturally to the Elders of Eltar. Zofram of Eltar wants to extend Eltar's forces beyond their galaxy and into the deepest reaches of the universe. The reason being is because Dark Spectre is already trying to take over the universe. The Elders were originally against the idea of extending Eltar's forces, but they put their faith in Zofram and warn him that they must not become monsters themselves. Back to the present now, and Billy is fixing Alpha in the command center. So, this issue continues from Power Rangers issue number 1, rather than Mighty Morphin issue number 1. Zordon is angry at the Omega Rangers' actions and sends a message to every planet informing them if they encounter the Omega Rangers, they must be taken into custody by any means necessary. Zordon wants Drakon back and locked away, then he will take away the Omega Rangers' powers. Given how Zordon is acting and based on the Eltar backstory with Zofram, I wonder if Zordon is acting this way because Zofram ended up turning on Eltar and becoming the monster the Elders warned him not to become. Or could it be that Zordon did something similar to what the Omega Rangers did a long time ago and paid the price for it? I can't think of any other reason for having the Eltar backstory for a character we've not heard of before. And as it's a comic book, the chances of a plot twist are very high. Now we see Skull working out, and he seems to be relieving some stress. It turns out that Skull thinks that Candace is seeing someone on the side. Skull notices Candace acting weird, so he reckons that Candace is behaving that way because she's seeing someone else. Even Bulk gets angry and he throws a punch at the Whack-A-Doll. Despite making fun of Candace before, he wants to help Skull win her back. Now, onto the moon. Finster has made some modifications to his own putties, making them more terrorizing than before. Basically, they've been upgraded. However, Lord Zedd isn't that impressed with Finster's new putties because his creations have only ever succeeded in being minor annoyances. So instead, Lord Zedd uses his new chaos energy to enhance the putties further. The Rangers are trying to enjoy some downtime. Tommy's a bit annoyed about the situation with the Omega Rangers, so Kimberly tells him to stop so she can have her boyfriend back. While we're on relationships, Candace is seen panicking about something and trying to keep away from whatever it is. She stumbles into Rocky, and Bulk and Skull see the two of them together and immediately jump to conclusions. Candace then reveals what she's afraid of. It's one of Finster's new putties. It's been further enhanced by Zedd's chaos energy. To deal with the putty, the Rangers morph into action, and immediately the Rangers feel the double effect of Finster's new putty coupled with the chaos energy. Tommy is kicked and punched back, Kimberly and Adam are knocked away, Rocky tries his power sword and gets knocked away. Billy and Aisha have a go, and the same happens to them. The Rangers don't stand a chance against this new breed of putty. Billy correctly points out that there is chaos energy powering it, and at that moment the Green Ranger appears. However, the Green Ranger doesn't have much luck either. The putty they're facing is then able to grab hold of the Green Ranger's helmet and is then shocked into submission. The Green Ranger goes down and Billy rushes straight for them. The other Rangers take out their blade blasters to fire on the putty, but it dodges the Ranger's attacks. Lord Zedd then fires some energy down towards the Earth, and the civilians around the Rangers start turning. It's revealed that the civilians were in fact Chaos Putties in disguise. The Rangers were set up, and that's where this issue ends. So, it was a pretty entertaining issue delving more into the backstory of Eltar. But I'm going to rewind back to Candace bumping into Rocky. Rocky says that Candace looks a little green. Is that a clue to the new Green Ranger's identity? Candace is from Eltar, and she could sense that there was something off about the civilians, as she was fearful of something before she bumped into Rocky. Is she the new Green Ranger after all? It's becoming a bit of a tease now, but I'm sticking with the story and hopefully all will be revealed soon.